The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the June 11th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, well, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what the bulls and bears, what the buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email. Send it to steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got a mixed bag out here. The Dow's off 90, the S&P 5, NASDAQ 100, 9. New York Stock Exchange off 7. To the upside, the Russell's up 15. Semis are up 3. The trannies are up 131. To the downside, gold's off $17, traded at $18.79, while silver's up 11 cents. Trading at $28.14. The 30-year Treasury up 2 ticks, trading at $159.12. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside, you got NVIDIA up 17.5. That's 2.5%. Zoom Limited up $16 or 87%. Chipotle up 16. Zoom Video up 14. Mercado Libre up 13, about 1%. To the downside, Vertex Pharmaceuticals 10% or $21. Restoration Hardware off 17 or 2.5%. Google's down 18. Booking Holdings 17. Amazon is off 15. So we have plenty to look at. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at, and I'll tell you what you want to look at. Or what we're going to look at. There were a few questions that came in yesterday towards the end of the show or during the show. I just was not able to get to them in time. So I'm going to go ahead and knock those out. The first one that we're going to take a look at, this is for Mike P. And Mike want to take a look at fuel cell, FCEL. And my apology, folks, I have the instruments that you want to take a look at, the questions from an old email, I don't have those. But if we take a look at fuel cell technology out here, right now, where price found resistance, Mike, is up at the top of the weekly profile, 1098. Now, that doesn't mean that it's a sell or anything. Just you know where the battleground is at, 1098. It closed above that on a weekly basis, says you have a change in trend. The daily time frame, it has formed now since the bottom, since the lows out here. We're now into a brand new profile forming today. It is bullish in structure. The bottom's at 990. That's your support level. Resistance is 1080. A close above 1080, well, really, it would be the 1098 level that you'd be looking for there, Mike. Let me pull over the other chart here for fuel cell, see what we see. And, ooh, voila. So we now know when fuel cell made its top out here a few days ago, it was bar number 9 of a TD9 count. When it made its bottom, it was bar number 9 of a TD9 count. At the bottom was also Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. So this is saying, hey, I need to take a rest. That typical first rest when you make that TD9 pattern is getting back to that oscillator and change. And, folks, if any of these terms that we're using here are foreign to you, I'd love to be able to teach you. And I do teach you. And there's a 1-hour workshop. Just go sign up for Mastering Probability. You can do it for the next 29 days. Doesn't cost you anything other than just putting a credit card up front. And you will have access and you'll be able to understand exactly the tools that I use to help call the market for the time frame that we're looking at and what it's doing. All I'm doing is narrating the tools and being consistent with regard to those. So what did price do yesterday? Fuel cell, Mike, pulled back and tested and rejected that oscillator and change line. Currently, that's at about the 990 level out here. You're trading at 1048. So the signal from a daily time frame, just so you know, it's really neutral. You got the top, Support is held, so it's neutral to bullish is the way that I would look at it, and that is on fuel cell. If I could take a quick peek at the 30-minute time frame chart as it was bottoming, it formed a TD9 count, and it formed a Rhodes momentum indicator signal out here. So 2 consecutive closes above 1058 tell you that price is going to run to the 1181 area. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks for waiting an extra day on ticker symbol FCEL. The next question came in from Johnny D. And Johnny wanted to take a look at IBM. And Johnny's questions are, you're now son going long, I believe. That was the question there. If we take a look at IBM, well, it certainly is in bullish mode out here. Bullish mode because price is above the top of the daily and above the top of the weekly. But guess what? You're about to run into resistance. Resistance out here, Johnny D, is the 154.36. So you're asking for an entry price, reward risk. It's got to really pull back in order for that to unfold. Let's go see, is there any possibility of IBM pulling back? And voila, what do we have? Yesterday, bar number 8 of a TD9 count. So if IBM is going to pull back, Johnny, the first thing you need to see is a close below its oscillator and change line. That is printing at 149.71 as we speak. So even though you've got a TD9 count top, there's no key level of support that has broken. So the pattern in the count hasn't completed, right? Today needs to be bar number 9, but from the looks of things, it would just need a wicked sell-off in order for this pattern to get negated. And so you're really kind of in a neutral position here inside of IBM. If I look at a 30-minute time frame chart, I don't see anything out here that really assists us. So I think you're just going to, I know. You're going to need to be patient out here. And the reason why you have to be patient is just simply because that monthly time frame top of its profile, 154.36, is really next up for your resistance area. So hope that helps you out. Thanks for waiting an extra day. The next question came in from Jim C. Oh, Jim C wanted IBM. Did they both want IBM? Nope. They did not. Johnny D wanted MJ. So sorry about screwing that up out there. So we've covered IBM. So that was for Jim C. Now let's go take a look at Jimmy D's request, which was for MJ. MJ, that's Michael Jordan, otherwise known as the ETF for alternative harvest pot stocks. So as we take a look at this, just simply from a trend standpoint, you can see price trading in between a rising and descending trend line on the daily time frame. Price consolidated with inside its daily profile. That's between 2067 and 2186. But the question is what? What was the question? Probably was, where's a buy on MJ? Let's go take a look at that daily time frame. As we take a look at alternative harvest, well, that's basically here as we speak right now, or very close to it. Why? Well, we can see that when MJ, alternative harvest, made its run for the highs a few days ago, where did it stop? At 22.51. Again, 22.51. There were some technicians that could have chosen that as a breakdown level. But for the most part, these TD9s do not fit the normal breakout and breakdown definitions per se. But this is the definition of a objective, and that's the beauty of it. It is objective, and look at how it works. Right? If you're in this equity, MJ, say 19, 1950, 20, or what have you, and you're looking for resistance, we'll certainly have the daily profile level. But if you're looking for the real strong resistance area, that's going to be your TD9 area. And that's at 22.51. Price backed up. What we also had was that oscillator and change line changed colors a few days ago. That tells us about a test of that price area. And that's at 21.29. The low today so far is at the 21.37 level. So really pretty darn close. We get back from this break, we'll go take a look at a 30-minute time frame chart to see what signals MJ is providing to Johnny D. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn. And he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TESS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TESS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TESS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So during that last segment, we're taking a look at alternative harvest. We established the resistance, normal resistance, where price pulled back. We see that oscillator and change line changing colors. Although we don't have that exact test, we're pretty darn close. So, whether you take that trade now with a little bit extra on the stop side, you're really close out here. So you can certainly pull the trigger, begin your position. Now, the reason why I suggest that is by looking at the 30-minute time frame chart. So as price is pulling back to a basic support level, what's going on the intraday time frames? Well, in this case here was a TD9 count bottom. And now what we have is price above that oscillator and change line. That took place right as we were coming on the air at 1 o'clock. And as long as price stays above that, that at least suggests a move to 2163. And above 2163, you're looking at 2254. So that's coming from the 30-minute time frame. What happens if price continues to pull back and actually does that test? That is a possibility, or maybe price gets below that. Well, the below that's because this is a bullish structured profile. And if the question was what's the ideal entry, not that you'll get it, but the ideal entry would be between 2067 and 2087. But if your question is, which it was, is there a bottom signal out here? The answer is absolutely. That's ticker symbol MJ. The last question that came in from yesterday, and let's get to this, or maybe that came in this morning. Yep, that was this morning, was talking about ticker symbol AI. So let me get that fired up here. One of my charts. Let's get back to our 3 time frames. This is for Vicky, and Vicky just says, can we talk about it? Absolutely. So this is ticker symbols AI. It's C3.ai Inc. out here, and we only have daily profile tools to work with. And so far, price pulled back. Actually closed slightly below the bottom of its daily profile yesterday, Vicky. That bottom is at 59.21. You're back above it today, so could be a false break to the downside. It's trading with inside a bearish structured profile. Let's go take a look at the daily time frame chart, see if there's any other signal out here that Vicky and I can use. So when this bottomed, way back on the 13th of May. It generated a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom pattern. Price gets up to where the breakdown level is 72.53, get 1 day above it, back below it, right? You want to have 2 sessions above resistance or 2 sessions below support, at least to give you a better confirmation than a one-hit wonder. If you're looking to get in on AI, because price is also just sitting right at that red oscillator and change line, I would say, Vicky, 53.68 would be the level to be looking at. On a 30-minute time frame chart, forms wave number 7. That's courtesy of Basil Chapman and the Rogue wave out there. And it was generating Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, and it had a key reversal bar. So now this is saying, hey, I want to continue to move higher. Still, I'm going to suggest that you be patient out here, Vicky, and see if you can get this thing at about the 53.68 level. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks for waiting on that ticker symbol. Okay, so that's good. We got through all the requests from yesterday, anything that came in earlier. And now Hector wrote in. He wants to take a look at XOM. We'll do that, Hector, as soon as we take a look at some of the requests inside the Tiger's Den. One of the requests was to go take a look at soybeans out here. We're going to do that. And give me a moment to get to the soybean futures contracts. We're going to take a look at several of those contracts and see exactly what they're doing. Now, we take a look at this set of charts. On the top portion, you've got all of the futures contracts. So you've got July, August, September, November of 21. You've got January, March, May, July, August, September of 2022. But on the bottom portion here, what we're taking a look at, we've got the current contract. So that is July. You can see how prices pulled back and has tested the bottom of that profile. So nothing broken just yet. The bottom of that profile, 1,500. And we're at 1502 as we speak right now. So support is held. Now we take a look at the other futures contracts. These are the futures contracts that are inside the Tecrium, if that's how you pronounce it, ETF SOYB. So it's important to take a look at those versus the July contract. Of course, if you're trading the futures, you're only really focused on the July contract out here. Well, if we take a look at the others, what you can see is prices pulled back and has tested support. So there's nothing broken inside of soybeans as we speak at 122 in the afternoon. If each of these were trading below the bottom of their daily profile, the signal would at least be a further retracement. And we don't have that as we speak right now. So, Mr. Bill, I hope that helps you out with regard to soybeans. I know you guys were talking about the November beans out here. So as we take a look at it, what we can see is it does have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top that formed a couple of days ago. This is on bar number 9. This is not a TD 9-count top. It is a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Prices below that green oscillator and change line. Not really a problem unless we see a close below the bottom of that profile. Because if we do see a close below the bottom of that profile, the TD9 count still comes in effect from the standpoint that price could pull back to that breakout area, and that would be 1337. We don't have that message as we speak right now, but that would be something that you would be watching for. On a 30-minute time frame, I don't have much. I could probably turn this into a 3 drive to a bottom pattern, but it doesn't have all the real characteristics that you need. This last one certainly does not have a 1.272 Fibonacci expansion or anything along those lines. So the intraday chart not really provide us with a ton, Mr. Bill, but the daily tells the picture, and all of the market profiles for those futures contracts are what really is key out here. So can't tell whether they'll be broken today or Monday or Sunday. But as we speak right now, they have not. So there's your November beans. There was another request from John in the Tiger's Den, and John was asking about the weakness of the Dow versus the S&P these days, and whether or not that had any kind of meaning. So if we take a look at it, it really depends upon where your beginning point is, John. So if you're just talking the last few days, well, you'll get a feel from the last few days. If I take a look at from the beginning of the year, and that's what this table here represents. We are in, to the best of my knowledge, we're in week 22. I'll have to go back and audit that later on. But I believe we're in week number 22 since the beginning of the calendar year. And so with new administration in the U.S., we're trying to understand, is global capital parking itself somewhere? Well, if we take a look at the performance of the Dow since the beginning of the year, in U.S. dollar terms, it's up rate of change of 11.3%. S&P, 11.23. So really on par. The NQ NASDAQ's only 6.63%. So I see global capital still coming in here. Your specific question is that weakness. What does Marty Armstrong think about that? He's uncertain at this stage. He, like I, like you, we know the sell in May cycle that exists out there. I can't put it up on our screen right now. And so typically we would see that sell in May cycle take us down to a level. Let me show you a level. Where's the first level to be watching inside of the down? Now, in this case here, I'm going to take a look at the cash indice. And as we take a look at the cash indice, let me pull this over. What you're going to see, the first level on the way down. Now, by the way, the Dow Jones Industrials does have a topping pattern in place. It is a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. It also is wave number 7 from a Chapman wave. That's this little shooting star back here in the early part of May. All price did was pulled back and tested its breakout level. That was at 33,526. Remember how everybody was so bearish that day? But you'd be bearish if you didn't know where the breakout area was. Now, I believe on this chart I'm only showing one breakout level. Two. I'm sorry. I'm showing two. I can show you a third one. I think I can show you a third one. But so the first level to be watching, John, is going to be 34,253.87. That TD9 count pattern was in effect when the prior one was. So watch 34,253.87. If price closes below that, then we're looking to move to the 33,526 level. Folks, what we typically see during the summer seasonal cycle is a top that forms around May 19th. We haven't seen that necessarily, although we do have some tops out there, and a bottom, a real nice bottom, around June 25th. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 81, S&P's off 3, NASDAQ 100 off 1 point out here. Let's go to our next question. Next question from the Tiger's Den from Dan in Boston. Wants to take a look at Nike. And Dan's specific question is looking for a bottom pattern inside of Nike. So as we take a look at the profile levels out here, one of the first things that we know, Dan, is prices looks like going to be day number 2 below the bottom of its bullish structured daily profile. 131.36 is the number. So watch today's close. Of course, when we see a close below a daily time frame, we then have to jump to the weekly to see what the signal is there. So don't get too excited like this is going to be a big push to the downside, because there's support at 129.68. We're trading at 130.81. That doesn't mean we can't see a big push down to the rising trend line in the 126 area. But price, we've got support at 129.68 from a weekly standpoint. Let's go look at our white background charts and see what we can see out here. What we see is yesterday was bar number 7 of a TD9 count. We haven't taken out that low. Today will become, or should become, bar number 8. But bar number 7 as a low doesn't qualify as a TD9 bottom out there. Oddly enough, bar number 7 back on April 20th marked a low, but it didn't fit the criteria that Stevie uses out here. In that instance, it was really testing that swing point, never got below it from March 25th. So we do have another potential higher low out here. But ideally, what you would be looking for out here, Dan, is you'd be looking for Monday or Tuesday to get that spike down below yesterday's low. Yesterday's low, by the way, is 130.19, to then generate that TD9 count bottom pattern. Then what we do is we go over, we take a look at the short-term time frame charts. My recommendation, use 1530, 65, 130, and 195, or any of those. And the reason that you do that, folks, is because Nike trades for 6.5 hours a day. You want equally timed bars. 120 minutes divided by 6.5 does not give you equally timed bars, but 130-minute does. 60-minute, I will give it to you. 65, no, it doesn't. 65-minute is what will give you for 390-minute day. So anyway, consider using so here, let's just simply go back and look at a 30-minute time frame chart right now. We don't have any kind of a bottom signal. So, yeah, I think you're going to be patient. Watch, again, let's take a look at this on Monday and Tuesday of next week. See if we can get a short-term time frame, like a 30-minute chart, to line up with a TD9 count bottom. That's assuming we get below yesterday's low. There's no guarantee that that will happen. But that's what I would be looking at inside of ticker symbol NKE. So I hope that that helps you out. Thanks so much for the request. I believe there was a request for Bitcoin again, BTC. I think there was. I'm not going to spend time here going back through all these, all the chatter inside the Tiger's Den. So I'll pull over Bitcoin. If there were some other requests inside the Tiger's Den, would you be kind enough just to type them in? It could just be the symbol or what have you, so I can pull up that chart. That would be great. But back to Bitcoin. Yesterday, what we suggested, it's really the charts that suggested it, on a daily time frame was Bitcoin formed a bottom. It formed a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. We're looking at the July contract. It did that when it generated a hammer candle on June the 8th, followed up by a bullish engulfing candle. So what Bitcoin is telling us is that it has formed a bottom. Very likely what we'll see is price run up to the 49.90 level. That is the center of its bearish structured daily profile out here. If I look at a short-term time frame chart, a 30-minute chart, I don't really have any clear signals out here. So we'll just simply stick with the daily time frame with regard to Bitcoin. The next question is coming in from Duffy inside the Tiger's Den, and Duffmeister wants to take a look at ticker symbol QS, Quantum Solace. Well, I don't know what it is. QS out here. What is QS? QS is Quantum Scape. Quantum Solace. Was that the name of a James Bond movie? James Bond. Well, if we take a look at what QuantumScape is doing, it doesn't really care whether it's James Bond or not. It's trading with inside its bullish structured daily profile. So short of seeing some type of bottoming pattern, I don't know we will. We might see one at the bottom, but not where we're at today. Price is pulling back into a level that it can be purchased at, Duffy. Now we're going to go take a look at other charts and see if there's something else for you to be concerned about. But the exact bottom of that daily profile is 2671. Today's low is 2702. So pretty close out here. We're trading below the bottom of its weekly, and there's not enough data to generate a monthly profile. So let's take QuantumScape, pull over our daily time frame, see if there was any kind of signal at the exact bottom, and voila, there was. So this formed a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, makes a move higher. It's in a retracement period, and as long as price does not close below the bottom of that profile, and really I'd have to say the oscillator and change line, which is 25.96, you're in good, you've got a trade. You've got a setup for a bottom, and that was your question, Duff. Now let's go look at the 30-minute time frame chart. Well, the 30-minute time frame chart says, hey, not only did I generate a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom on the daily, I just did that on the first pullback on the 30-minute time frame chart. I did that at, in essence, 12 noon today. You had a nice little push down, a little doji candle that formed there, bullish engulfing candle, prices inside a 30-minute bullish structured profile. Price should be able to take on the 28.37 level. Duffy, you're looking for a close above 28.37, not necessarily today. It's already 1:30 out there, but that would give you your short-term change in trend signal on a 30-minute. So in the case of QuantumScape, you have what you need on the daily. You have it on the 30. On the weekly time frame, guess what you've got? You've got a TD 9-count bottom. So you've got all the signals here to step into the trade, absolutely, and that is QS. Please make sure that if this has a average true range on a daily basis of $2.91. So what you would do is you take 291, you multiply times the Fibonacci expansion level. We're in somewhat volatile market, so you use the larger one. That's 1.618. I don't know what that equates to, but I'm just going to say it's $4 just from a rounding standpoint. So take 1% of your working capital. Let's say it's 10,000. That would be $100. Take 100, divide it by the $4 stop that we calculated, and you can go ahead and purchase 50, or that would tell you could purchase 50 shares. 50 shares would be the number. Now, don't use my 50 shares. Do the actual calculations out here. The stop is going to be whatever that Fibonacci expansion level is below your entry point out here. But you've got everything that you want. Whether the trade works out or not, that's why we only risk 1%. So I hope that helps you out, Duff. Thanks so much for the question. And if there are other questions inside the Tiger's Den, please go ahead and fire away. I don't see one. Let's go take a look at the general markets out here. And so on the general markets, what's going on? There is a new profile that I can share with you, and that is inside the Russell 2000. It is bullish in structure, Russell 2000, performing well today compared to the other indices, but it's still now stuck with inside a daily profile. Its resistance area is right at 2340, and support is between 2262 and 2281. The ES, we really talked about that. I guess that was during the market update out here. You're watching the level of 42.3825. A price close above that suggests that we're going to higher price. I know you might ask the question, higher price to where, Steve-O? Well, if you take a look at the ES Mini, that would be higher price to probably 45.67 over time, because that would be the 1.6, oh, that'd be the two times expansion of its last set of major swing points from back in 2020. We've got the Dow down about 78 points, the S&P off 2. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Back to the questions, folks out here. This next one coming from Hector and the Fuel Injectors wants to take a look at XOM. Hector's very first question is, where is the oscillator and change line? And price is likely going to go test that level here, Hector. So next stop up is about the $62 level. That's the oscillator and change line on a daily basis. Why do we say to Hector, hey, it looks like this is going to go back and at least test that level? Because yesterday was bar number 8 of a TD9 count. It's the high of the pattern. And today is going to become bar number 9. So watch that 62 level. I know you're looking to take a long position in it. If you do see a test and rejection, that would be an indication to possibly step in. The reason why I say possibly step in is if we go take a look at the profile levels, you'll see that on a weekly basis, price is dealing with the resistance level. And that's at this 62.55 level. We're trading slightly above it, but far less volume. Volume back last time we were up here, Hector, the week that began May 10th was 145 million. You're up with 111 million as we speak. So you're in that resistance zone out here. Backing up the truck inside of ExxonMobil, that's a tough one. That is a toughie out here. I think you've got to first watch for the what price action does around that oscillator and change line level of $62. On a 30-minute time frame out here, we've got a topping pattern Rhodes momentum indicator top that's in play. As far as where could this pull back to, 62.19 is the level to watch. If there's a close below 62.19, that says lower price 60.67 would be the number out here. So that gets us that's at 62 level. So I think ExxonMobil is a little tricky here based upon the daily time frame, and you've got to be just a little bit patient as we speak right now. And let's watch those 30-minute charts and the oscillator and change line on a daily basis. So hope that helps you out, Hector. Thanks so much for writing in. Vicky, the answer to your question is yes. We covered AI in the beginning of the show, so they'll have the archive of this up within the next couple of hours, and go back and listen to that over the weekend. And thanks for the request. We've got a request out here from JT in New York. And JT wants to take a look at ticker symbol OCGN. The question is buy, sell, or hold. OCGN is a ticker symbol that is Ocugen. Ocugen trading now for its second day below the bottom of a bullish structure daily profile. This would suggest that price could pull back, or its next price target level is going to be about 487. That is the top of its daily profile. You can see a rising trend line out here. So this may JT find support at about 576. But to answer your question, one of those questions was, this thing a buy, a sell, or a hold? Instead of answering it that way, what it's signaling to us is price wants to move lower. And you're just trying to understand where are those lower prices. I would say the lower price to watch is 583. A close below that says it wants even lower price. And that could be an A to B equals CD to the downside. On the positive side, so when this did top, by the way, it was a TD9 count. Even though you saw a TD9 count at the bottom, bar number 9, 8, or the bar following that was not the low of the pattern, so it didn't qualify. So 583 is the breakout level. The oscillator and change line yesterday changed color. So we should begin to see a stalling of price here, and price go test that area, which is around 866. Is below that. I don't know where it will be when price gets and that line catch up to each other, but that should be the next outcome. But again, a close below 583 would be telling you that price is going to continue to head lower. And we would go ahead and use the top of that weekly profile, 487. So that's really all I've got. I don't see a short-term bottoming signal out here on a 30-minute basis. So there is your ticker symbol, OCGN. That is Ocugen. Thanks so much for writing in, and have a great weekend. Eddie writes in, and Eddie is asking, says, looks like we're in a classic A, B, C, D up to 14,350 on the NASDAQ composite, according to Tom's work. Does that methodology, do I have the same thing? Well, let's go take a look at the NASDAQ composite. I don't usually track the NASDAQ composite, but we're going to in this case here. I'm going to turn these profile levels off because they are not applicable, even though they show up on the screen out here. So let me just turn those off. We've got those off here. And you're asking about an A to B equals CD to the upside. Well, so I don't have an A to B equals CD to the upside so much. The one that I would really be looking at out here, so I think this is what you're looking at. I think you're. Let's see if I can get close to your figures out here. So I'm guessing that you're starting here on May 12th. You're using a B point out here on June 1st, a 2-day retracement down into June 3rd to come up with your projection. You have 14,350. I've got 14,382. So I'm pretty sure that's what you're looking at out there. And that is a possible A to B equals CD pattern out here. It's just a larger one that really is the one that's more so potentially in play out here. We're not there yet, so I hesitate to draw it in. But if I did draw it in, this is what it would look like. And it would look like your A point down here on March 5th, your B point out here on April 29th, and your C point down where we started that A to B equals CD. And that would give us a much larger price projection. That would take us up to 14,817. We're not there yet inside the NASDAQ composite. Let me change over to my other charts. I just happen to have them to be able to do the 2 o'clock update. And I just want to take a look at the cash indices and see what else we can glean from the NASDAQ composite, because there's more important information, I believe, on this chart here. So if you were to ask me, Eddie, where is the NASDAQ composite targeting price-wise, it would be 14,084.76 to be exact. That is the TD9 breakdown level. If price closes above that, we're likely headed back to its all-time highs out there, but not until that happens. So the next stop on the NASDAQ composite from a resistance standpoint is 14,080, which is called 14,085. Today's going to become bar number 6 of a TD9 count. We get a TD9 count that forms below 14,084. We're probably just in a consolidation between that level and about the 12,922 area. So yes, I can get your A to B equals CD. I wouldn't worry about that so much as we speak. Instead, I'd be watching for that 14,084 level next. And I hope that that helps you out. We have a request here for Vicky's got a second request. And Vicky wants to take a look at Bingo. BNGO is the ticker symbol. Bingo, Bango, Bongo, BNGO. And the question is, no question. Let's just look at it. Well, on a positive side, you have a brand new profile that formed below price. That's a bullish signal. Price above the top of the daily, obviously. It's above the top of the weekly, and it's above the top of the monthly. So we take a look at bio-nano-genomics out here. Things look really pretty good. Now let me get back to my radio show charts. Let me get that going. Oh, I've got it going already. So let's take a look at Bingo. So here's the bad news for Bingo. When it made its high, it was bar number 9 of a TD9 count. We also see that the oscillator and change line had changed colors. So to the extent, Vicky, that you are looking for an entry point, it would be at about 697. I say about because We really have to see how long it takes, how many days, but we should see price in the oscillator and change line catch up to each other. You should anticipate and expect that price is going to pull back or move sideways, but not continue to move higher until we get the results of that test. A test and rejection of a green oscillator and change line is simply bullish out there. So that's what's going on a daily basis for bingo, bango, and bongo. Let's go take a look at the next request. This one coming in from, and thank you for firing away. Whoa, how about that? You were asking about bingo as well. Mrs. Rich, if you have time, an update and outlook on bingo. Well, there you go. You got your twofer. But what you really were asking about was Mosaic, ticker symbol MOS. So when we get back from this breakout here, that's where we're going to go take a look at that fertilizer company, MOS. But in the meantime, while we've got about a few seconds here, MOS, let's get these on the black background charts out here to see that price is consolidating with inside its daily profile. It's found support there. 34.48 is the key level. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. The last two symbols I believe we're going to cover today. The one we're looking at right now, Mosaic. MOS is the ticker symbol. And then Susanna wants to take a look at Tilray. So as we look at Mosaic, the question is, where is support? Price is trading at support. 34.48. We're trading at 34.70. Today's low, 34.47. That is the bottom of the daily profile. Now, what I've identified for you here is a consolidation pattern. And so the consolidation low is a tad lower. It's down right at about the, not to be exact, but 34.06. So you're looking to add to your position. I don't have any reason to tell you not to add to your position. If price closed below 34.06, that would suggest that we're headed down to about the 30.92 area. Ideally, so let me pull over the daily time frame here from Mosaic real quickly. And what you'll see is the consolidation that we just reviewed. And you'll see a Rhodes Momentum Indicator and Chapman Wave number 7. Rogue Wave top that is the letter G out here. So you just may be in that consolidation. But if price closes below the bottom of that consolidation, well, that could even give you a measured move. So you've got the topping signal out here. But if you want to add, and you're looking to add, well, you've got the reasons to do that. So hope that helps you out. Let's go to Susanna, who wants to take a look at Tilray, TLR Way. So we were looking at MJ earlier, and that identified a bottom. So I don't know what the weighting is for Tilray. I believe we looked at Tilray yesterday and the day before, TLR Way. My recollection is we saw a signal to take a long position. But let me just come back and take a look at the Tilray chart. We don't have any kind of a bottoming signal. Well, here's what we have. That's right. So in the case of Tilray, you're going to be patient, Susanna, and you're going to wait for price to pull back. And price is going to pull back around approximately the 1852 level. Why? Because that oscillator and change line changed colors a few trading sessions ago. Wait till that unfolds, and then, boom, voila, you're into your long trade. Folks, it's been a fantastic week out here, although short for me. I still need some rest, but I'll be ready come magical, magnificent Monday. Have a fantastic weekend. Be safe out there, and we'll see you soon.